What is going on, YouTube? My name is Nbz, for those of you who don't know me, and I am the British link in the PokeMoshPit right here. And this is my first upload. It's going to be a standard OU game against RedLatios07, who I've had two matches before against. I won the first one, he won the second, so this is sort of tiebreaker. In the future, I'm probably going to be bringing more fun matches to this channel, but for now, we're going to start with an OU standard, so here we go. I'll lead off with my Metagross, which is a very defensive set, and I do not want to take any sort of fire move from the Typhlosion. I'm presuming he's Scarfed, because most Typhlosions are Scarfed when they're lead-offs, which is why I'm thinking go straight to Heatran and get the Flash Fire boost. Goes for the Eruption. I knew he was going to be Scarfed, and I take it safely. He could have potentially gone for the Earthquake there, predicting my switch with a blind prediction, but I didn't think he was going to take the risk early on, and most players don't really over-predict to start with. So now I've got the situation here with Pikachu, whether I want to go for just the Earth Power and be safe, or whether I want to over-predict and use a Fire move or something like that. I go for the safe Earth Power, he brings in a Suicune, and I get a crit on him, which is pretty bad for him, but as you'll see some later on, the hacks kind of evens out quite nicely. Well, not nicely, the hacks evens out pretty horribly, but you'll see what goes on. Anyway, he Calm Minds as I go to Metagross, and now I know that he is probably going to want to hit me with some sort of attack. I want to get my rocks up, and I know because I'm defensive I can take any hit, even if it is a +1 Surf, and I do take it very nicely. So here I just go boom in his face. I hate Suicune, and it really is a pain to take out otherwise, so going boom right there was probably the best decision I could have made. So now we both have to switch in a poke, and I decide to go to something wally, something safe, which is my Dusknoir as he goes out to Heracross. Now I cannot Will-O-Wisp him as he has the guts, and so I'm going to just have to try and wear him down with my Thunder Punch, which is my only main sort of physical move. I do carry Shadow Sneak, but I know that Thunder Punch will probably do more, even though I carry Stab with Shadow Sneak. But now I'm just going to go for the Thunder Punch again, because his Stone Edge is doing nothing to me whatsoever. So he goes out to Typhlosion, and because thanks to Stealth Rock, his Eruption really is going to be pointless now, so it's great that I've got that sort of threat out of the way. He still can overheat me, so I still, have that in mind, but I go for the Thunder Punch on the incoming Sceptile, which is no problem whatsoever, and here I expect a substitute, which is exactly why I switch out. Otherwise I would have stayed in and Will-O-Wisp, but I do switch out here because I fear either Leech Seed, because Dusknoir is not going to hurt that much from Leech Seed, but it's a pain, and I do not want to have him subbing. Unfortunately, he Swords Dances, but thankfully for me, I go to Heatran, and then I miss Fire Blast, and that was a huge play right there, because I was Scarfed, I outsped him, and the Fire Blast, if it did hit, would have taken out a Sceptile, which would have made my life so much easier. I would have kept Heatran at full health. He gets a crit on the Earthquake just to spite me, and I'm going to have to revenge kill with my Medicham, which is exactly what I go to now. Now what I really should have done here is go for the high jump kick. It probably would have taken out Sceptile regardless, and if he switched to something like this, it would have been so much more easy to take out. Unfortunately, he does go to Registeel's like Ice Punch, because I was just going for the safe move. After Heatran died, I didn't want to risk anything, so I just went for the safe Ice Punch. He goes to Registeel, and now I switch to Gliscor as he sets up his rocks. Now there's not much that he can hit me with unless he carries Ice Punch, and even if he does carry it, I doubt it will do that much damage to me, which is why I stay in and go for the Earthquake. Now I know Registeel's very defensive, so Earthquake isn't going to be like a 2-hit KO or anything. It's going to be a 3-hit KO at most. So now I go and I get hit by the Ice Punch, which really doesn't do as much as I thought it would, which is great for me because I am 4 times weak to it, but it really didn't do too much. So I go for the Earthquake as he stays in for some reason and hits me with an Ice Punch. Now I probably should have just finished him off with the Earthquake here because I knew that he might explode, so I would go for the Roost just in case. He doesn't carry Explosion, but he does, unfortunately, and it doesn't take me out. I live on 64, which is alright. Now it all depends on what he has left. I know he has Sceptile, and I'm not sure what other sweepers he's carrying, but he's going to have to make a decision here as to what to go out to get rid of my Gliscor, because it's a physical threat, and if it gets the Roost back up, then he's going to have a hard time going up against it. So he goes to Recoup, who carries Hidden Power Ice, and I know that I don't really want to switch to anything. Heatran is gone, so I can't go to him for the Earth Power and the safe switch in, so I just take the Hidden Power and die, and that's not too much of a problem. Gliscor was at low health anyway, and unless I got a Roost off, it wouldn't really help. He did have a physical Sceptile, but then again, if it got a Swords Dance up, it still would have done a lot of damage to Gliscor. So now I have to think of something to go to Reikyu to counter it and try and get rid of it. I decide my best option with the guys I have left is Medicham, because high jump kick is very powerful and it probably will do a decent amount of damage, if not one hit KO it. So I decide exactly to go for the high jump kick, and would you believe it, at the most crucial of times when I need it to hit and take out the Recoup, high jump kick misses, I crash, and he gets his leftovers. He's now at full. He kills me with a Thunderbolt, and things are not looking good here. I'm about 3-2 down, I think. I only have a couple of guys left, and I go to Dust Noir, who, you know, I can go for the Will-O-Wisp, but I don't want to go for it simply because he might substitute on me and then get a Calm Mind off. But I decide that it's probably the only thing that I can do, which is why I go for the Will-O-Wisp, and then I get some more hacks, which is just brilliant, because, you know, Will-O-Wisp missing could have helped me. If it had hit, would have been brilliant. Now, because I'm just annoyed about the hacks, I don't even think straight and go for the Will-O-Wisp again, completely forgetting that he carries Heracross, and now is going to abuse Guts on me. So now I just have to pray that he misses Stone Edge, and thankfully I do get some hacks back in my favour just to help me out. And Shadow Sneak is going to take out the Heracross, so that's not going to be a problem. And now I just have to deal with the Recoup, and I have Dust Noir to try and deal with it as long as I land a Will-O-Wisp, but now he also carries Typhlosion. Now, he is in Overheat, not in Overheat, in Blaze range here, and now I go for the Shadow Sneak, hoping to just take him out, but he lives, overheats, and because of Blaze, it's going to take out Dust Noir. So I'm 3-1 down, things are not looking good, but I do believe he's Scarfed, and his special attack is lowered. I go to Gyarados. I know he can't stay in because Overheat won't do anything to me, and I'll get a free Dragon Dance, so I Dragon Dance here, and he goes to Recoup. Now, Gyarados will outspeed Recoup after +1, and I am a physical Gyarados. I have speed EVs quite a lot, and I'm not bulky, so I go for the Earthquake. I have Life Orb. It's going to take out the Recoup. Now, here was the one play which could change the match. If I hit Stone Edge on this Sceptile, then it was game over. If not, then, you know, things would have sucked and I would have lost, but I hit Stone Edge. Thank God for that. Stealth Rock's going to take out Typhlosion, and that is the game. So that was a great comeback there. I can't even believe I just pulled that off. But brilliant stuff, RedLatios07. Great game. Make sure to subscribe to the PokeMoshPit if you haven't already. And if you like this battle, enjoy the narration, please do check out my own channel. Link will be in the description. And check out RedLatios07 channel also. And I'll see you guys with another battle soon. Bye. What is going on, PokeMoshPit? Nbz back here for my second rated battle on the Mosh Pit. This one is in fact taking place on the Versus recorder, mainly because I was testing out a brand new team, pretty much just made it up on the spot just today, and I really wanted to test it out first of all. So I went on a chat, found this guy Cody, and I was like, well, okay, let's test this team, see how it does, and it ended up being a pretty decent match, which is why I decided to post it here and see what you guys think of it. So I know what you're thinking. Two Azelfleets, oh my god, just another OU standard boring match, no way, no way. See, I use Thunderwave on my Azelf, I am original. Anyway, this is a dual screen Azelf. I lead off with a Thunderwave just to cripple him a bit, and go for my Light Screen as he Stealth Rocks and Fire Blast, and then I go for my Reflect. Now this Azelf is carrying Light Clay, which means that the Reflect and Light Screen are going to last for 8 turns instead of 5. Anyway, he gets Power Hacks twice in a row, which is kind of bad for him, and I am predicting him to explode, but I know Miltank can take the hit, especially with Reflect up, and I go for the Stealth Rock, so he goes boom right in my face. Not too worried about it though. Unfortunately it does quite a lot, and I was really surprised. Even with Reflect up and all the defense that Miltank packs, that Azelf must have been running, you know, max attack or something close to it to do that much damage. So in comes a Machamp. I know I'll outspeed because Miltank has very, very good speed, and he goes to Dynamic Punch, so I know that I cannot stay in here all day because Dynamic Punch is going to kill me. Confusion will probably just kill me in the end, and there's really no point in staying. So I'm at pretty decent health, just under half. I know I can bring Miltank in later, so I go to my Azelf, which very thankfully is got the Reflect up and is able to take the Dynamic Punch very, very nicely. So here I just decide to go for the Explosion. It does thankfully work, and I don't hit myself in Confusion. So I was thinking about exploding on the Azelf of his own at the very start, seeing as his sash was broken up. No, he didn't have a sash, he had a Life Orb, sorry, but I was thinking about doing that. Instead I decided to go and bang there, because basically Machamp was a much bigger threat, and thankfully it's out of the way. So I go out to Zapdos. I get a really bad switch here because he brings out a Scarf Z, and that is going to Ice Beam me in the face. So I go out to my Schneeg, which is my Milotic, which I really like Milotic, and thanks to the Light Screen it actually takes the hit well. Now I probably should have stayed in with Zapdos there. I completely forgot about Light Screen, screen, and I could have probably set up a little bit, but I just didn't want to take the risk and just, you know, forgot about it. I go for the Toxic, and he brings in Dust Noir, and it misses, which is like, because now he knows I carry Toxic, and he can switch if he wants to, and he does, and he goes to Porygon, and that's just a pain, because Toxic on Dust Noir would have helped so much. It's a really, really big, threatening wall, and Toxic on that thing would have been really amazing, but unfortunately, he goes to Porygon Z. I know that I can take the Thunderbolt. The reason I stay in here is because my other guys really don't have much option for me. I'm pretty sure I can recover stall this guy out and make sure he dies from Toxic. I have Empoleon, who is Water type, obviously is going to take a lot from Thunderbolt, and I don't want to go to him. I could have potentially gone to Miltank, but that special defense is not good at all, and I was only on half health. Zapdos is going to take a crap ton from Stealth Rock, so, you know, switching that in would be stupid anyway, and I'd be outsped by the Scarf. And my last guy is Heracross, so really he's not bulky enough to take the hit, meaning that I'm going to have to stay in here, and I'm just going to have to keep recovering. As you can see, he keeps Thunderbolting, he's staying in, not a problem with that, but Toxic is wearing him down, which is the only reason that I managed to stay in here and survive, and eventually just, you know, wear him down by recover stalling. So that was pretty much my only option at that point. I didn't want to go to anyone else. As I've explained, the rest of my guys could not have taken on a Thunderbolt from a Scarf Porygon. Potentially taken one hit here if I switched. I was potentially thinking about going to someone just to take that one hit. I thought I might live it. Unfortunately, I don't. He gets max damage or somewhere near it, and he is going to go down to the Toxic no matter what. So at least Porygon is out the way, it's Scarfed, and that's probably one of his fastest guys, meaning that I'm going to have a bit of an advantage here with my other quick guys. So he goes out to Metagross as I go out to Zapdos. I know he's going to be fearing the Heat Wave. I actually do not carry Heat Wave because this is a setup Zapdos. So I go for the sub, and he goes to Dust Noir, which is absolutely perfect for me because I know that I can, you know, I can wall Dust Noir pretty well, and I can set up an agility on it. I wasn't sure what attack he was carrying. He actually carries Ice Punch. That's unfortunate for me, really bad, because if he was carrying something like, you know, just Thunder Punch or something, that probably wouldn't have taken out the sub, and I would have passed off the sub as well. But as it is, I have the +2 speed. I'm going to bat and pass out. I have two options. I can either go to Heracross or my M Penguin. I decide to go to the Penguin because it can take an Ice Punch better, and also, you know, I don't want to be setting up other stuff like Swords Dance with Heracross, so I go for the Hydro Pump, and it does a really, really nice amount, especially, you know, with Torrent, that would be even better, but I'm not in Torrent range yet. He goes for the Earthquake, and I'm thinking, yes, I'm going to get into Torrent range here, it's going to be amazing, and he crits me. Yeah, so I could have gone to Torrent range there and gone for a sweep with Hydro Pump because I had Life Orb as well, and you know, that would have done a lot to the Metagross also, but eventually I go out to Obi-Wan, who is very, very strong with the Force indeed, and I'm able to go for the Sword Stance as well as getting my Burn Orb. Now, whatever Smogon says, if Heracross is UU, then they better watch this, because close combat, one hit KO on the Skarmory. Yes, he had a tiny bit of damage from Stealth Rock, but in the end that really does not matter. +2 with Burn is going to easily take out that guy. So now here I'm thinking I'm set, you know, as long as his Metagross isn't, you know, carrying Bullet Punch, as long as this guy doesn't do too much to me, I can just take out this game. So go for the Mega Horn with +2 and Burn. It's going to take out the Dust Noir from that health, no problem. Shadow Sneak didn't actually do that much. Obviously it did more than it would have done due to the fact that I have the defense drop from close combat, but now he does bring in his Metagross, and it is going to carry the Bullet Punch, which is very unfortunate for me, cuts my sweep short, but in the end Heracross did a very, very good job there. So here we go. I go out to my brother, my other brother from another mother or something, my Miltank. I go for the Milk Drink, and he mashes. Now I'm thinking I can live a couple of mashes because Miltank is a physical defense tank thing, and I can take the hit. So I go for the Milk Drink again just to get up to full health, and after his second mash here, he's going to take me down to where I'm around about 3/4 after leftovers, which is really, really good for me. It means that I can hit him with one Earthquake, and just to see how much it does, and live another hit, and be able to live a Bullet Punch and Milk Drink. So he goes for the mash this time, actually does a decent amount, but unfortunately for me he gets the attack raise, so this is really close here. It depends how much Bullet Punch will do and whether I'm going to be able to live it with 2 hits, because Zapdos only has a few HP left and it's going to be hurt from Stealth Rock, so his Bullet Punch might take me out. So I go for the Earthquake and I do live it on 69, which is awesome, and I know that after he went from 150 HP down to 69 I would live it. I live it with a lot less than I thought I would, and a lot less than I wanted to, but nevertheless I do take him out. That finishes as a 2-0 victory to me with a brand new team. You know, just made that up today, and that was actually its first ever game I've played with it. So if you did enjoy this battle, if you want to see more, you know, original stuff from me, I'm going to be bringing some alphabet battles here. If you haven't heard of those, I'm going to be bringing some more roulettes and all that general kind of stuff. So if you do like my stuff, please go check out my channel. Link will be in the description. Otherwise, subscribe to the PokeMoshPit. Have a very nice day, people, and I will see you all on the flip side. Goodbye. What is going on, PokeMoshPit? Nbz back here for a third game, and this one is something different. I said I'd be bringing some fun games here. This happened a long time ago. This is a double roulette. If you don't know what a roulette is, it's basically when you and your opponent choose each other's teams and you use random numbers. Basically, in your box you would assign numbers to each of your Pokemon, and your opponent would do the same, and you'd give each other random numbers depending on how many Pokes that you had in your boxes. I will do a more in-depth tutorial on it later on, but for now that's the bare minimum you need to know. And obviously it's a roulette, but a double battle. This one is against IRebel, and this was for his 1,000 subs special, but due to some problems and he not being able to record it, he didn't get this one up. He got another one up. There's another battle on my channel if you want to see that. But anyway, here we go. So we lead off here. I get a Boost Bug and a Suicune, and he has a Breloom and a Hitmonlee. So from the very outset, I am at a huge advantage. Of course, Boost Bug carries the flying moves, which you know, both of those guys are weak to, and they're both afraid of Air Slash if it's going to hit them. So I know he's going to switch out probably both, because he doesn't want either of them to take the hit. Goes out to Azumarill for his Hitmonlee, and then Breloom comes back and goes to his Donphan. Now, I didn't want the Toxic Orb from Breloom activating, so I went for the Hypnosis, and it hits the incoming Donphan, which is not a problem. So now I go for the Ice Beam on the Azumarill, which is going to not do that much because it was intended for the Hitmonlee. Of course, he switched out and takes it nicely, resists it. I probably would have been better off going for the Ice Beam on the Breloom that turn, but then again, I just wanted the Breloom asleep and to do damage to the Hitmonlee, so that was my thought process there. I kind of wanted to put one thing asleep while hitting the other thing to take damage off it. If you can see my reasoning, I thought he would switch out anyway, so that wasn't really much of a big deal. So I subbed now, and I know his Donphan can't hit me with an Ice Shard because it's asleep. I go for the Ice Beam on the Donphan just to see how much it does. It'll be a 2-hit KO, which is awesome for me. And then his Azumarill breaks my sub with Waterfall. Now, my Yanmega is actually a substitute Pitaya Berry set, and with the speed boost and subbing down to the Pitaya Berry special attack boost, it can do very well if it does get set up. I know that my lifespan will be limited if Donphan wakes up and manages to Ice Shard this turn, so I'm always wary of that, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to sub here or what, or if I'm afraid of that. I just want to hit his Azumarill and hit his Donphan as hard as I can. I think I go for the Ice Beam on the Donphan. Unfortunately for me, he does get that wake, and the Ice Shard's going to do a decent amount. Still give me enough to do a sub, but the problem now is that he's probably going to take out my sub with the Azumarill, and he does go for the Waterfall, I think, as I go for a Calm Mind on Suicune. I think I went for a Calm Mind there just because I didn't think his Donphan would wake up. I thought he'd stay asleep and then I could kill him next turn, but both his guys go straight out attacking on my Yanmega, so I lose my sub, and that means that I'm now open to Ice Shard, and that pretty much means my Pitaya Berry was completely in vain, because now I'm going to die to an Ice Shard. I don't really want to switch out to anything, seeing as it's a roulette. You don't normally have much coverage on your team in any case, so I'm just going to stay in here and die to the Ice Shard as he switches his Azumarill out to a Breloom, the one that he had at the start, and he Ice Shards me to death. Now I think with the Suicune I do go for the Ice Beam, or I go for the Surf. A reason I went for the Surf is because I knew that Yanmega was going to die regardless, and I wanted to hit both things that he had out, even if Azumarill wouldn't have taken that much from it. A +1 Surf will do a nice amount, and it does a crit on Breloom, and that's one of the first hacks that I get against him. It gets pretty crazy towards the end, but I'm not gonna ruin anything. Of course, I go for the that happened there. The Surf took out Donphan. Okay, Donphan just died. Jeez, get with the program, Zed. So he gets his Toxic Orb. I can't speak today, seriously. He gets his Toxic Orb activated, to speak in proper English, and I go to Ninjask. Now here, I thought that X-Scissor was super effective on Breloom because I was a stupid, silly person. I don't know why the hell I thought that, but that's the reason that I went for X-Scissor on Breloom, because I thought Breloom was more of a threat here than Azelf. Turns out I should have X-Scissored his Azelf because it's gonna do some nasty work here. And it's going to probably do the nastiest thing that an Azelf can, which is explode right in my face, and I just like, oh, I should have seen that coming, I really should, and I doubt he would have carried a Sash because it's a roulette, so it wasn't a lead-off Azelf, so I doubt Sash would have been carried, although it may have been because you don't really see Stealth Rocks in roulette, I can't really remember, or if he did have one. Anyway, Suicune the Beast lives the hit because it's bulky as crap, and everything dies on the field apart from this guy who has +1 attack and just Ice Beams thin air, because now he's on his own on the field, he's all alone, and that's a shame for him. So I'm not sure what to really go to here. I have a couple of gimmicky guys on this team. I have a Gliscor, I think. That's not gimmicky, it's a main wall, and it's proper wall, but I also have a Sunflora, which is just awesome, and it's going to display some prowess as I bring it in here, I believe. And this thing is a set which uses solar power, meaning that in the sun it's going to get off some extra damage, and it has a Life Orb as well, so it gets a Life Orb boost, as well as a boost from the solar power, meaning that any attack it deals will do a lot of damage. So I decided to stay in and go for the Leaf Storm on the Azumarill. I'm pretty sure the Azumarill is going to try and take out my Suicune, and I'm hoping the Hitmonlee isn't going to be able to kill my Sunflora, or it's going to do something else. So I go for the Ice Beam on the Hitmonlee, which bounces up, which I was like, what? The Hitmonlee can learn bounce? This is weird. So that's really weird, and I go for the Leaf Storm, Sunflora. I don't have solar power active because there is no sun in the sky shining, but it goes and hits the Azumarill, and down it goes. It just falls down the hole, and look at that. That is a freaking Sunflora. Probably the thing with the lowest stats in the game, like the lowest stats in fully evolved poke. Oh my god, this thing is crazy. So he goes out to his big red dog, Clifford, which is some reference of some kind to a TV show about kids, not about kids, for kids, about a big red dog. Anyway, I know that he's going to go for the bounce on my Sunflora, which is why I'm going to switch it out for Gliscor, because Gliscor is a physical wall, it's going to take the hit nicely, will not dent me whatsoever, so I bring him in, go for the Tri-Attack on the Arcanine, and I believe here that I get one of those things commonly known in the business as a critical hit. Yeah, so now I got that crit, that pretty much is going to jumpstart some craziness, because first of all his bounce misses. Wouldn't have done that much to Gliscor because I resist, no I don't resist it, but it wouldn't have done that much, and now he's going to have some crazy hacks here. I don't think he has anyone else left. I'm pretty sure Hitmonlee is his last guy, and I know I can win regardless, so I go for the Tri-Attack, and I get the freeze. So that was just like, wow, so I crit you, then you miss bounds, then I freeze you, and this obvious Earthquake is going to be obvious, and it's going to take out, not going to take out my PZ, but it's going to get a crit on my own Porygon, which is just like, okay, just throw some more hacks about, why don't you? But that's going to be the game there, as I take the 3-0 victory. Yay for me. So I'm pretty sure that IRebel has now, well, he used to be Rebel1705, his channel description / name is now changed, so his link will be in the description. My personal channel link will be in the description if you would like to go and check that out. Want some more battles from me? I don't really know. If you would like to do that, click that button. But anyway, I think this is going to be all for this time, guys. In terms of the guide videos, I have had hardly any time to do much of anything about that, which is why those haven't been coming out. I haven't had much time to make them, but I assure you that they will still be coming out, so do not worry, I've not abandoned that whatsoever. So, comment, rate, subscribe, sub to the Mosh Pit, subscribe to myself and my opponent, and I will see all you guys later. Good night, goodbye. Hello PokeMoshPit, Nbz here today, back with something a little different for you guys. It's a PBR game on the Wii, that home console that Nintendo invented, obviously, which is called the Wii. And yeah, basically what we've got here is me using a doubles team, level 50 and stuff, trying to find some matches here. I mean, it's pretty hard to find matches on PBR, but yeah, I've got this team which I love. I absolutely adore this sort of double setup. It's a Rain Room team, meaning that I'm going to be abusing Trick Room and Rain Dance, both in the same team, and I believe here that I'm going to choose Bronzong and Shuckle to lead off with, because I thought Clampel to originally start off with. Having a look at his team, he's got lots of, Uber Noobs. I'm playing a sort of standard Uber Noobie guy person who uses Uber Noobs and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to lead off with Bronzong and Shuckle, and the rest of the team setup is designed so that I have Kingdra to abuse Rain, and I have Clampel to abuse both Rain and Trick Room. But we'll see how that goes down as soon as we start off. So we pretty much look exactly the same, because the character sprites in this game are pretty dull and boring and crap. But fortunately for me, he had a Kyogre which set up the Rain, but unfortunately he also used Groudon in the same turn, so he gets Sun up first, which is just like ugh, because it would have been much more beneficial for me if I'd got the free Rain. So first of all here, I'm going to go for the Trick Room, which is going to, it's going to make all the slow Pokemon the fastest ones, which is good for me. Now, the problem is that I may take hits from these guys while I'm setting it up. The reason is that, both these guys are really slow and his Groudon and Kyogre are pretty fast. But Shuckle is going to set up the Power Trick. Now, if you don't know what Power Trick does, it basically switches your defense and special defense, not special defense, your defense and attack. Jeez, what am I saying? But he's going to go for a Sheer Cold on Shuckle, and because of Sturdy in this generation, it's not going to do anything. And Fire Blast on Bronzong is actually going to do a decent amount from the Groudon, which I was quite, shocked and surprised about. But in any case, I get my attack and defense switch, and seeing as I have max defense, that's over 600 with Shuckle, meaning that I now have Life Orb with plus 600 attack on Shuckle, and I'm now the fastest thing on the pitch, and Bronzong can now, put things to sleep, because it's going to outspeed both of his guys. Shuckle is going to outspeed everything, and because I get Earthquake, I can go for that, and it will be very, very useful to me because it will hit both of his guys, but Bronzong has Levitate, so it will avoid Bronzong. So this Trick Room Power Trick Shuckle thing is just a beast. It just kills and rapes face. So I think I'm going to go for the Hypnosis on the Groudon just to incapacitate it, because it's probably the bigger threat right now, and I know that if I get Kyogre down with the Stone Edge, then that thing's going to be taken out because it's going to be a one-hit KO. But guess what? I missed the Stone Edge. That's brilliant for me because I also missed the Hypnosis. Yeah, and this is working off the same sort of engine as Diamond and Pearl, so Hypnosis is still 70 accuracy, but unfortunately I die to a Fire Blast. His Fire Blast doesn't miss and it kills my Bronzong. So my plans for this awesomeness with Shuckle and Bronzong are just, going down the pan, because Bronzong is down and he has gone out the way. So Kyogre goes for a double edge, and simply because I resist it, and because he has pretty bad attack, it's not going to do that much, even though my defense is literally about 10 at this point, because it's been switched with my attack, which is originally 10. So, my defense is abysmal currently. So I think I'm going to go to Kingdra here, and I believe that I'm going to set up the Rain first of all, because I don't see him switching anytime soon. I mean, he's a noob, he's not really going to switch at all. So I believe I'm going to set up the Rain first of all, while Shuckle is going to stay here and go for the Stone Edge once more, or go for the Earthquake just to hit his guys. But then I realised that Earthquake's going to hit Kingdra as well, so I think I'm just going to go for the safe Stone Edge on the Kyogre. Hopefully we'll take it out, and hopefully we'll hit this time as opposed to missing last time, which was just a freaking pain in the ass. But the unfortunate thing for me is that because I have Trick Room set up now, Kingdra's going to be going last, at least I think it is, because it's probably going to be outspeeding Kyogre and Groudon normally, so it's going to be going last for me. But thankfully I take out the Kyogre, it goes down, stupid thing out the way, and now I can set up Rain with Kingdra. I'm just waiting to see what this Groudon is going to do. It's probably going to use some stupid move on my Kingdra, and it does indeed use a Solar Beam, which isn't actually going to do that much, because, as you know, Groudon's special attack is abysmal. So I go for the Rain Dance on Kingdra. It's going to get the Rain up, and this means that now I can safely bring in Clampel. Clampel is going to be probably the fastest thing around, and it's going to be having the Rain boost. And if you didn't know, Clampel basically, when it's equipped with the item Deep Sea Tooth, it is able to increase the amount of special attack that it has, and when it's in the rain, of course, its water moves get boosted, and it has stab on surf and stuff, so it's pretty much a powerhouse. Anyway, he goes out to Regigigas, and I'm thinking I'm going to switch to Clampel here. I think, okay, I'll switch to Clampel, but then I think I don't really want to take a switch in damage, because I'm probably going to take damage from the switch in, so I decide to stay in with Kingdra. I'm going to go for the surf, and although that will probably take Shuckle out, I'm not too worried about it because I know that I still have Clampel, and I know that Shuckle's going to get a hit off regardless on something. So I think I decided to go for the Stone Edge or Gyro Ball, or one of those three things, or two things, I can't remember. I think I'll go for the Stone Edge on the Regigigas, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to do a decent amount to it, because I knew that Surf would one-hit KO the Groudon. I wasn't sure that Surf would one-hit KO the Regigigas, which is why I have to get the damage onto Regigigas first of all, and it turns out that it actually one-hit KOs the Regigigas, which just shows you the ridiculously strange and amazing power of Nbz, who just, you know, rapes face in all aspects. And then he goes for Fissure on his Groudon. He's just abusing all these one-hit KO moves which can't actually hit Shuckle because of Sturdy, which is, I mean, that's really nice for me. Anyway, Groudon's going to go down to the Surf, just because of the rain boosted and the stab and stuff, as well as Shuckle, which is just a real shame because, you know, Shuckle's awesome and stuff. And I'm kind of, my chips are getting cold here because I'm eating chips at the same time as narrating this, but I haven't really been eating them yet because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to spare you guys hearing me eat chips while I'm narrating some crap. So, anyway, I think this is pretty much coming to an end here. I'm going to bring in the MVP because Clampel just, you know, he does a dance on the field and reveals to us all how awesome Clampel really is. So Dust Ball comes out to Heatran, and Heatran is probably going to get absolutely one-hit destroyed by my Clampel. Clampel is going to outspeed Kingdra because Trick Room is still up, and I'm going to go for the Surf on Kingdra. It doesn't matter because it's probably not going to hit anything anyway, and going to go for the Surf on Clampel. Surf's not going to do anything to Kingdra. I have no danger of taking that out because it 4 times resists water, and this is going to be end game here. As soon as I hit the Surf, take out the Heatran, it goes down the hole, and that will be the end of that, which is awesome. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this PBR game. It's just something I decided when I was back home I was going to get out the capture card, record some PBR games, using my favourite Rain Room team, see how it panned out, and it panned out pretty well. I've also got one of these on my own channel if you would like to check that out. My personal channel link will be in the description. You can all go and have a look. I also, you know, post standard Wi-Fi battles, but I haven't been recently because I'm kind of at uni at the moment sorting crap out. But yeah, subscribe to PokeMoshPit. Make sure you check out all the good stuff in the description. Let me know if you'd like some more PBR battles here with the Rain Room team, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say. So comment, rate, sub, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Good night. Hello there, my friends at PokeMoshPit. What's going on? Nbz here, bringing you another PBR game. Now, unlike my previous one, this one is against a real-life opponent. Not that noobs on PBR aren't real-life opponents, they just don't really count in any case. So yeah, got one against Nick, Superblah411. You all know him, you all love him. His LP on the beta, everyone seems to be loving. So go check him out, go check myself out as always, and let's get into the dueling. So I don't have any music on this, I had to speed it up because it was a much longer game than the standard noob games you have. So he's leading off with an ape as I have my freaking tomb, and I don't really know what to do. I can't wisp him obviously because he's an ape and he's fire type, and I'm thinking Taunt, but there's not much point. If he gets rocks up straight away, that's going to be his only real, you know, non-attacking move would be rocks. So I'm just trying to make this decision. Is he going to switch? I don't know, but I go for the Taunt in the end. Turns out he does go for the rocks, which is, yeah, it's just a pain really. That's all, and I get to Taunt off. So even if he carried something like Sub, that would help me in the long run. I don't think he would anyway, but now that he's taunted, Sucker Punch is definite hit, and so is Pursuit. Pursuit would be anyway, but I mean, I'm thinking, because Infernape's kind of a nerf on my team, and I go for the Wisp here, obviously looking completely retarded because I predict a switch, and yeah, he doesn't switch, and that just makes me look stupid as he goes for a Fire Blast and does quite a lot, actually. Seeing as Spirit Team's defensive, it could have taken that better, a lot better. So I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch here. Probably should have gone for it over the Will-O-Wisp in the first place, but yeah, it doesn't do too much to him in any case because he's an Infernape and he's resistant to it. But he's going to get another Fire Blast off, which, whatever. And the Taunt wears off as well, so now I'm kind of completely useless here. I don't think he's going to go for any non-attacking move. I doubt he has Sub, doubt he has Nasty Plot. He's just a lead ape with rocks and 3 attacks, so yeah, it should be fine for me. Just gonna go for another Sucker Punch, wear him down a little bit more. Maybe hope that Fire Blast misses. I don't know, might do. But in the end, it's not really going to matter because Spirit Team's going to go down eventually anyway. So, lose my lead, which was kind of stupid. I don't know. I probably should have switched something in. Not sure if I have anything fire resistant. You can see my team's kind of random, and nothing is really defensive. My only defensive thing is Magnezone, which obviously cannot take a Fire Blast. So, go to this thing. I will kick you because he will kick the crap out of anything that stands in his way because he's Hitmonchan, and he just rolls like that. So, I think I went for the T-Punch there. Not quite sure. Maybe Drain, I'm not sure. Mac or Mac Punch maybe. I think I do. I go for the Mac Punch, but obviously that's going to miss because he brings in a Sableye, the bane of my life, and I do not want to give in. I kept clicking give in. I was just like, no, do not click give in. No, please, please. I'm just making wrong decisions here just because PBR is kind of clicky and you click things a lot and it clicks. So I'm going to switch to my Metallica because he's James Hetfield and he has an awesome downstroke and stuff like that happens. So Sableye's going to Wisp me, which misses. Thank freaking God for that. I did not see Will-O-Wisp coming, and because this guy has Explosion, I do not want him to get Wisp. Do not want that to happen. That would just rain on my parade all day long. I cannot let that happen. So thank God he missed, which is a nice little bit of hacks on my part. I'm looking at my Ferris wheel and I'm thinking, Ferris wheel 32 for King. If you get that, you're awesome. And so I go out to my Ferris wheel 32 for King, and Forest Whale is going to get knocked off and lose his life orb. So kind of I mean, I'm not going to be doing as much damage to him now, obviously. And here is where the retardation comes in. I'm like, oh, I have Psychic. It's a stab move. Then I realize he's dark, and I'm like facepalm completely. So here comes the most awesome looking freaking move in the game. Seismic Toss on PBR looks ridiculous. Like, how overblown is that? And I mean, Blissey gets Seismic Toss, so just seeing a Blissey use that is crazy. It's like throw you up in the air and smack you down to earth. I was just like, first time I saw that I was like crazy balls. Anyway, go for the Ice Beam because it's freeze hacks maybe, and then he throws me up in the air again. He's like freaking WrestleMania going on here. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, Sableye's going to get the lefties as always, and I'm just going to go for the freeze hacks. I'm just, come on, freeze hacks or crit or something. Please just get rid of this thing and it doesn't die. He's going to recover. And I'm like, no! Oh God, Sableye, why do you have to be such a pain? You're so good, and it really is not fair on any other Pokemons, because stop being so good. So Ice Beam's going to hit him again. Not going to do anything, and he's probably going to kill me this time with an S-Toss. He is. He's going to throw me up again for a third time, and I'm just going to fall down to earth and just be destroyed. It's, ow. Yeah. So when that happens to you 3 times, it's kind of enough pain for you to bear, really. So I got Norbert here. Norbert's just kicking around. I got my frickin' Licky Licky, who also has Splosion, and as well, I think Norbert has Splosion as well, so I've got 3 Sploders left, so I might do some exploding in a bit, but I can't explode as long as he has a Ghost type around, so obviously I'm not going to go for another Psychic move. I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch here, and I have to pray this crits or freezes or something, and it doesn't, and I was like, no, come on, please. He's going to Recover Storm me, going to Will-O-Wisp me, just going to Seismic Toss me to death. It's all going to just be horrible. So I need, like, this is a choice band as Elf, I'm pretty sure it's banded, and I just need this Ice Punch to do enough damage to like crit him or freeze him or something, and I get a crit. Yes! Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, he was raging at that point because literally nothing on my team could touch his Sableye. I had 3 Exploders, for God's sake. That's the most useless thing if you have a Ghost type that you can't take down, freaking wall. And he was mad at this point. He was just, we did this like in the morning. He'd like basically just woken up before he was going to go to school, and I was like, let's record some PBR, and he's like, fine. So he was cranky as it was. So anyway, it made the match a lot closer, as you'll see, but yeah, I think it made the match better that I got that crit. Not gonna say anything else, but you'll see. He's gonna bring in some dude, which is frickin' Ape again. I'm pretty sure it's Ape. So I'm gonna go out to Hitmonchan because I know he has pretty much the best defenses of any other guy that I have left. So any sort of move's not gonna be doing too much. He goes for the fake out, obviously not going to do a lot because it's unstabbed and such. So yeah, that's pretty good. So I don't want to go for the Mach Punch because I'm not sure whether it'll kill it or not. Brain Punch is preferable because even if he does hit me, then I'm going to be able to gain some HP back. My other thought process was the fact that if I went for the Mach Punch and didn't kill him, he'd be put into Blaze range, meaning that Fire Blast would be a sure hit KO. So yeah, if I went for the Mach Punch, I would have put him into Blaze range, meaning that he probably would have killed me. And as you can see, I managed to stay alive, which is all for the good of myself. Now, I was thinking of going for the Mach Punch here, and I think I'm gonna have to go for it. I really don't know what else to go to. I don't want to switch. Even if he goes for a Leaf Storm on like a Magnezone, I don't want to do that because it's kind of, yeah, annoying. Don't want to switch. And he goes for the Earthquake in the end, which is a good job I didn't switch to Magnezone. That was kind of my fear that he would predict something else, and he does. So gonna go out to Licky, who can threaten this guy because I carry Fire Punch. Very nice move. I also have Knock Off, which can be useful. Not going to be useful in this situation. I just want to get him out of there because Sceptile can be a very potent threat if it's allowed to set up and sweep. And he actually goes to a Lantern. I'm not sure if he predicted the Fire Punch or not. I don't think many Lickys do carry it, but I get a burn, and yeah, I'm kind of haxing him pretty badly here. He was, yeah, not very happy about this. Although he did, you know, beat me with lots of hacks in the other game, which he'll probably upload on the MoshPit as well. Yeah, lots of hacks in that game too. But he's going to go for a sub here as I body slam to break it, which is really just, yeah. Wow, that sub was huge. Did you see that? That sub was freaking giant. Like, Lantern just exploded itself into a massive sub. Jeez. So I don't want him to sub anymore, and he's just going to realize that subbing is pointless as long as he has burn as well. Surf's going to do nothing because Licky is a monster, and I'm not going to kill him with a body slam, but eventually he will go down after burn. I think after this turn he'll go down to burn, whatever. But I'm going to go for a third body slam in case he decides to switch or in case he decides to do something else. But he just surfs, doesn't do too much as per, and body slam's going to take him out. So, not much predicting going on here because he doesn't have a lot to do to me, I don't have a lot to do to him, and there's not much switching around going on, but, you know, he has rocks. I haven't got rocks, I didn't bring anyone with the rocks, kind of a pain, but nevertheless, he's going to go to Noctowl, which is one of my favourite guys ever in the history of life, as many people know. He's just, Noctowl's one of the most awesome things ever. I don't really know why I switched here. Maybe because he was going to go for a Hypnosis, and I was afraid that Licky would be put to sleep and then wouldn't be able to explode, and he does indeed go for the Hypnosis, hits Magnezone. I was thinking Magnezone was less useful to me at this point than Licky, because Licky has other cool options for him, and he has a stronger explosion than Magnezone, so I wanted the stronger explosion than, you know, the weaker one, obviously. I'm going to switch to Norbert here, but he actually predicts my switch and goes for a Whirlwind, which is just like, yeah, that's annoying, because now I'm going to go back into a sleeping Magnezone. So I'm thinking maybe I'll switch again. Maybe he won't Whirlwind this time, maybe he'll just go straight out for a Nightshade. I'm hoping he does, and I need him to, basically, because if he whirls me out again, it'd just be a pain. So he does go for the Nightshade. Perfect. Means I can stay in here and just explode on him right here, right now. But I decided to go for the Ice Punch. I'm pretty sure Ice Punch will take him out from this health. So I'm going to go for it. Choice Band and Ice Punch. And look at that. How ridiculous is that size difference? That's, wow. When we saw that, like, tiny Azelf next to a massive giant Noctowl, we were like, what the hell is going on here? So anyway, he has this Milotic, and I'm thinking, this is in the bag, I have this. He has a Milotic, which obviously is not going to be able to take an explosion, but I don't want to stay in here with Ice Punch because I'm locked into it on my Choice Band, so I'm going to have to switch to something for Death Fodder, and then come back into Azelf for the explosion at the end. So I'm gonna go into Metallica, and Surf's going to hit me. And I should have kind of noticed at this point how much Surf did. It actually did quite a lot, and considering this is a defensive Magnezone, I was quite surprised at how much that did. I'm hoping I might wake up here and get an explosion off, just, you know, a last minute explosion on my Magnezone. This is a very exploding team. I didn't even realize when I brought it, but yeah, just loads of people going bang, and I don't wake up, unfortunately. I'm going to go down to the second Surf, third Surf, Surf. Geez, speak English, man. So Surf's going to hit me, I'm going to go down, but I'm like not a problem. I can go to Azelf, explode on him, everything's gonna be freaking awesome. Oh, I was just so happy at this point. I was like, yes. Even though I hacked him, I was like, yes, I don't even care. I'm gonna win this match, it's gonna be awesome. So go for the explosion, and it's just gonna take him right out. Absolutely. Wait, what? And this was at the point that he told me he was a Scarf Militic, and I was like, no, you did not just do that. Oh my god, you did not just pull Scarf Militic on me. The one thing that I actually invented myself, he pulls on me, and obviously we both thought of the idea, but in this situation, his worked and mine didn't, because I'm just going to only be able to explode here, and he's going to take the 1-0 victory, which, wow, that was a hell of a game, Nick, one hell of a game, and yeah, it was pretty awesome. He's going to post the other match we had on the Mosh Pit, I believe so definitely look out for that coming very soon in the future, but otherwise, I guess rate, comment, sub and all that good stuff. Make sure you go check out Nick, make sure you go check out myself, and make sure you subscribe to the PokeMoshPit because everything is good. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say for this time. Yep. Thank you very much guys for watching. Let me know if you want a bit more PBR. I'll probably get some more 5th, 4th gen normal games up here as soon as I can. But for the meantime, enjoy this, and I will see you all next time. Guten Tag. Hi PokeMoshPit, Nbz here with a game, and this was from the Battle for Charity stream. It was against good buddy TGWIS, the guy who was sitting. If you don't know who he is, go check him out, link will be in the description, very awesome guy. And yeah, this is a slight sort of demonstration of a nice combo that I've been working on, well I was working on, but let's get this underway. So I'm going to lead off with the Genie, which is just the pure flying one, and I'm going to go for a sub here, and his Empoleon actually carries Encore, which is really unique, and I really like that actually. It's a cool addition to have an Empoleon, especially on a lead one. Means you can screw over things like Stealth Rock leads and all that. But my Genie here is, he has the Mischievous Heart ability, which means that he can set up, you know, hazards and stuff, and you do non-attacking moves first. So I don't know why, I just decided to stay in here because I know that Encore's only 3 turns now, and I didn't really feel that threatened by Empoleon unless he carries Ice Beam, but I do have a free sub up, so I'm gonna let him get up his rocks. I'm still not too worried about it, and I just want to kind of stay in with the Genie because I do carry Brick Break, and if I can get a couple of bulk ups going, then hopefully I'll be able to do some damage to him. But he does hit the Hydro Pump, which is kind of annoying, and it gets rid of my sub, so I'm thinking Encore's ending the turn after this one, so I'm going to set up a sub first of all, because that's going to help me take the next Hydro Pump, and if he misses, that's even better because it means I'll have a free sub up, but unfortunately he does not miss, and I get taken out. But my Encore ends now after 3 turns, as is now normal in this generation. But he goes for the Aqua Jet, which doesn't do too much. I'm just going to hit him with a Brick Break, fearing that he would Encore me again if I tried to sub or tried to bulk up. And the Brick Break does a decent amount. I can easily 2-hit KO him, and that's something that I possibly was thinking of doing, but I decided in the end to go for the bulk up, seeing as I was pretty sure he wouldn't Encore me. He actually goes for the Hydro Pump and misses, which is a shame. So I'm guessing that he went for the Encore on that turn, predicting my bulk up again, but I decided to just take him out with the Brick Break, and down goes Empoleon. So I have +1 attack and defense, and you know, because of my Mischievous Heart, I can get a free sub up on anything that comes in. And the thing comes in, which is the Heated-Aruma Darmanitan now, as it's known in its English name. But he's going to go for Rock Slide. I decided just to stay in, really. I didn't really have anything to go to, and I thought I may live a hit just because of the fact that I have I had the bulk up, but I didn't, unfortunately, and I go to shut up because that's what Nick says every time, and it's also a subtle reference to Wild Chase saying Snowflake to shut up, and it's a cat and stuff. So it's many. This nickname works on many levels, really. In any case, I'm going to go for the Sword Stance, and yeah, Fire Punch kills me. So that thing's frail, Kajondo. You are frail, and that was a real shame because oh jeez, I've got Baton Pass on Kajondo, and I was thinking I'm gonna Sword Dance Baton Pass and get some Sword Dance Baton Passing off, but instead I'm gonna go to my favourite Baton Passer of this generation, Gorbis. Now this thing is awesome, seriously. It gets access to Shell Break, which as everyone knows is probably the most broken move in the game. So I also pack a white herb, meaning that my defense and special defense will not drop, they will go back to normal. So I can set up the Shell Break, and now I have +2 attack, special attack, and speed. And he just used a superpower, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to outspeed him and be able to baton pass off to my intended recipient. Unfortunately, he actually outspeeds me, but thankfully he goes for the U-turn, which because of his attack lower from the superpower doesn't take me out, and I live on 24 HP, which was huge, absolutely massive, because it allows me to baton pass to the exact same thing that he has out, apart from mine has guts with a flame orb. So I now have baton passed to a Repushin with a flame orb and +2 speed, +2 attack, and +2 special attack. Drain Punch is an easy one-hit KO on his Repushin, and now Repushin is effectively going to rape face. I think that's the common term in the business. So he comes with a Pharaoh. I don't know if it's going to be faster or not, because Repushin's not that fast, even though I do have +2. I'm just going to go for the Mac Punch. It's going to one-hit KO the Pharaoh. That thing's going to die. That was, you know, this strategy for me is one of my favourite. I've been working around trying to see what things Gorbis works best with and what things it can most effectively pass Shell Break to. Turns out Repushin is one of the best, especially if you give it a Flame Orb. So that's the Kyurem there, the sort of uber amazing dragon. Yeah, one hit KO'd by a Mac Punch. Goodbye, thank you, good night. Mabugashika comes in. I love Mabugashika, but I have to break its heart with a Mac Punch, which is unfortunate, but it's gonna have to happen. So yeah, this is basically just Repushin destroying stuff here. Here I decide to go for a Drain Punch, thinking, oh wait, because basically I forgot I had +2 speed, and so I go for a Drain Punch here, and apparently he still outspeeds me after the thing, which was kind of annoying, but in the end it didn't really matter because I have a Deoxys speed, which is going to come in, superpower the Darmanitan/Hidaruma, and it will go out the window and fly away because it's dead. So thanks for watching, guys. This was just pretty much a short sweep vid in essentiality, because I wanted to show off my Gorbis and the best thing that you can use it with, which is Repushin with a Flame Orb and priority. So I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to check out my channel, link will be in the description. Check out TGWIS, he will be in the description too. Sub to Moshpit and all that good stuff. I will see all you guys in the next vid. Goodbye. What is going on, PokeMoshPit? Nbz here, right back at you with another game. This one, this is a UU 4th gen match. As you can see, I'm screwing my camera around because I just cannot decide where the hell to put this thing and how to get it in focus and all that jazz. This one was against Pichu8Ubers, and yeah, it was a pretty good match. So let's see here. So lead off with Swallow, obviously fearing the fake out, and he makes a solid opening game prediction. Predicts my switch and goes for the pursuit, and that was a very good play on his part. I do see he has Life Orb, meaning that he's going to be worn down by constant fake outs and such like, but I decided that Donphan is probably the best thing to go to, seeing as it can take most physical hits and I can get up my rocks in the process. Now low kick doesn't do too much, so I'm thinking I can stay in here as he wears himself down with Life Orb, and he probably won't want to do that, so I go for an Earthquake to try and get some damage. So in comes his own Donphan, which does take the Earthquake damage, and I'm not really too afraid of that Donphan. I don't want to go to anything else to take the hit, because you know nothing else is really going to take it as well as my own Donphan can, because it's a physical wall. So he's going to go for the Ice Shard. Strangely enough, I thought he may have gone for the Rapid Spin to try and get rid of my rocks, or even just gone for a Stealth Rock of his own. I wasn't really too sure what he was going to go for, but there really is not much of a point me staying, you know, switching out here, so I'm going to stay in, and I'm just going to keep Earthquaking him. I don't really see much of a problem. I guess he's trying to predict around me and perhaps predict my Rapid Spin at some point, but I'm just going to Earthquake up till the point where he steps off Stealth Rock, so I can go for my own Rapid Spin, which is exactly now because he sets them up. So I'm going to switch to Rapid Spin, hope he doesn't have a Ghost, and hope that I can, you know, take these Earthquakes better than he's taken mine, which apparently isn't the case, because we're both dealing around the same amount of damage to each other, which is kind of surprising. Now Donphan does have base 120 attacks, so it is pretty powerful, you know, on the offensive side. So you can, you know, dish out big hits even though it's a very good physical wall. Earthquake hurts quite a bit, so he's going to earthquake me here, but it's not going to be enough because I'm going to take him out with one of my own, which just ruins his plan for taking his own stealth rock and ruins his chance to rapid spin away my stealth rocks, which is absolutely perfect. Now, I do not want to say into Militic. He's obviously going for an Ice Beam. I predict the Ice Beam and I go to the Timecodes. He could have gone for Surf, but I thought Ice Beam would be the better play on his part, seeing as it would take out Donphan and would scare any other threat away, or you know, if I took something to take the Surf, then Ice Beam would have been more effective perhaps. But Timecodes is going to come in here and go for the Hypnosis, which does hit on the oncoming Blaziken, which is absolutely perfect because I carry Psychic, and I'm pretty sure that after the Stealth Rock damage, Blaziken is pretty fragile, so a Psychic's going to take him right down, and it is a one-hit KO on that fried chicken man. So he's going to fall down, and I'm looking pretty decent here. You know, I still have Donphan in the wings, but he's not looking too good, but both my walls are getting decent coverage, and everything's looking alright. So, goes to a Hitmontop. I kind of want to stay in here. I don't want to go to Donphan because I know that after a fake out Mac Punch combo I'm going to die anyway. So he goes for the fake out and actually gets a crit on it, which was kind of annoying. He doesn't have Life Orb, he has lefties instead, so that kind of frustrated me that he got a crit with a fake out, and then goes for the close combat, which I found kind of strange also. I guess he really didn't have anything else to hit me with, so I'm going to hit him with the Hypnosis. Thankfully it hits again, and I believe I'm going to go for the Wish here, just hoping that he's not going to go to something annoying, and he does. He goes to freaking Ambipom. So I know that I probably won't be able to take a fake out, and the Wish will be taken in vain if I don't stay in. But you know what? He takes me out of the fake out, and the Wish is gonna go away and fly away into the sunlight, and I'm afraid that Donphan will not be able to use it. So now that he's used up his turn of fake out, he's going to either have to switch or stay in and take a move. I decide to go for the safe U-turn, mainly because it'll do damage to him as well as allowing me to switch out, and allows me to switch out to Donphan to take the low kick. I don't quite know why he went for the low kick on the Swallow, but okay, I guess that's his decision. Now I'm gonna go for the Ice Shard here and hope that it takes him out. I'm thinking he's at low enough HP where it should just about pick him off. He does have Life Orb, so even if it doesn't take him out, then Life Orb should recoil on himself and he'll die to his own move. So he actually goes for the low kick again, to my surprise. Maybe he doesn't carry double hit, but I live on 3 and you know, manage to stay alive as he takes Life Orb and dies. So I am going to stay in here and go for the Earthquake because I don't want him setting up Swords Dances. That would be a very bad plan indeed, so I'm not going to take any chances. He actually went for the Aqua Jet on the off chance that I went for the Ice Shard of my own, so I guess that was the reason he went for the priority there. Now I'm going to go to a Azumarill who, with a Stab Waterfall, is going to dominate Kabutops. Now Stone Edge does miss, which is kind of big. It would have probably done around maybe 60% to me, so that was pretty huge in that case, but it's not going to be that vital because I don't really need a Azumarill for the rest of the match anyway, so in the end it's not going to matter. So I predict the Toxic, go to Swallow, and the Toxic misses, which matters not one bit, seeing as I actually have a Flame Orb and wanted the Guts boost anyway. So he was kind of just aiding me there, and it missed, but it didn't really matter. So I kind of sit here, go in the Nbz Asylum chat room, kind of type to people, wait, is Brave Bird more powerful or is Facade? And I kind of facepalm and realise, yes, Facade has to be more powerful. It's base 140 plus stab after the burn, so it's definitely going to be a KO on Militic, even though it has pretty decent defences. Doesn't have the Marvel Scale active, which is why I'm going to take him out with the Facade. And his last guy is Hitmontop, which Brave Bird will very nicely finish off. He goes first there, obviously because he was going for the fake out, but because he had not had any turns of sleep, he is not able to wake up, and I am able to take him out. Swallow goes down, and good job I kept Swallow for the end there because it proved extremely useful after that early game prediction with the Pursuit. Managed to take 3-0 victory, and that was really cool. So I guess thank all you guys for watching. Hopefully bring some more stuff as soon as I can. You know, UU is always fun, definitely, and you know, everything else is good. So check out my channel, link will be in the description, and all the other good links will be there too. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time on the PokeMoshPit. Goodbye. What's going on, PokeMoshPit? Nbz back here for another game. This is a 4th gen roulette against Stevey350z. So let's get straight into it and get this thing underway. So I'm going to lead off with Nbz, one of my favourite guys from back in the day, with a speed boost and stuff. But we run, and that's probably because we did a free single instead of a level 100 single. But this time I changed my settings and we do a level 100 single and we get into it and everything should be fine this time. But yeah, that was kind of a failure on our part. Any case, I'm going to lead off again. Now, obviously, Nbz has a slight advantage over Infernape, but I'm not sure if I'm going to outspeed, and he's probably going to fake me out or something of that effect. And so I'm going to go to my Hot Dogs, which is my Flareon, which is relatively bulky and has a few defensive EVs into it. It carries Toxic, so I'm kind of thinking Toxic may be the best way to go here, but I'm also afraid of close combat, so I perhaps might switch, fearing that, but I think he's going to go for the Stealth Rocks anyway, seeing as he is a lead 8. And even though this was roulette, Stevo got a freaking manly team of men who were actually could pass as a legitimate OU team. So I was kind of annoyed because I got guys who just get shat on by that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go for the Toxic here as he switches. I think the first one missed or something. I think I missed that, but the first Toxic probably missed. And it's going to hit the incoming Gyarados, which is very useful for me. Gyarados is always very nice to be Toxic, and my camera moves the hell around here because I just cannot decide where the hell to put it. It's just one of those things where every time I have a game, I just cannot decide where to put my camera. You know, it's just inherent in my battling style that I have to jig it about every once in a while. So here I'm obviously fearing either a waterfall or an earthquake, as well as the dragon dance. So I'm gonna go to Thin Lizzy because I think I can set up on it. Not set up on it, but I think I can potentially stop it in a way because I have bulk up, and bulk up is extremely useful to take things out like Gyarados is. He's gonna go for the waterfall first of all. And it's not going to do too much, just under half, because I'm pretty bulky. I managed to take it, and I get a bulk up here, which means that I should be able to live a second one and either kill him with an Ice Punch or Baton Pass out to something else to kill him. But then again, he is faster, so I'm not really too sure there. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch here, and he goes to Shaman, which was just like, oh yes, son, that's how we roll. Get the Ice Punch on the Shaman after a bulk up, but it doesn't do a lot. I was really disappointed with how little that did. And I kind of didn't think that this would kill it because it's not going to. It really doesn't do enough, and I think he's going to kill me with a Seed Flare. Or no, he's just going to go for the Leech Seed first of all. I'm going to move my camera around a bit more just to try and focus it or something. I don't even know what went on here, but my quality was kind of messing up at the moment. I just had some issues with the camera, but for now it should be fine. Oh, Jesus Christ, man, stop moving the camera. What are you doing? Seriously? Jesus! God, I can't. I need to just restrain my past self and tell him just to chill out for once. So Ice Punch is not going to take him out, but his Seed Flare misses, and that's yes, Seed Flare misses. That's so useful in my area of expertise. But because of the fact he keeps getting back this Leech Seed recovery, and because of the fact he just has leftovers, it's not going to take him out with like a third Ice Punch after +1, and this kind of just proves that Floatzel isn't actually that great when it's going to try and kill stuff. Then again, you know, Ice Punch isn't stabbed, I don't have that high attack, and I only had one bulk up, and Shaman is bulky as crap, and that rhymed. But I'm going to go to Nbz, who could potentially set up a sub here. I'm thinking about a sub, but I'm also thinking I just want to get rid of Shaman, and I know I'm faster anyway, so I could just take it out right now. The sub is tempting though, so I'm going to have to decide what to do. I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz just to take him out. Sub could have helped me get down to my Pitaya boost, which would have boosted my special attack, but now I do at least have the speed boost, so I should be outspeeding anything that he comes in with, unless it is Scarfed and wants to try and revenge me. But you know, judging by his team, he probably would have something like that because it's such a hoary team for a roulette. So he got a legitimate lead in this Infernape, and he got just a team of whores in general. Now I'm predicting he's going to have a Focus Sash, but I have to go for the Air Slash anyway. I could have gone for Hypnosis and hoped for a 2-turn sleep, so I would have 2-hit KO'd him. But for some reason he doesn't have anything to hit my Nbz with and goes for close combat, and I was like, what? Stevo, what are you doing? I don't really... Do you not have hidden power ice or something? Apparently he doesn't. And he's going to go to Hippowdon. Now I'm going to set up my substitute here to get myself to my Pataya boost, which is going to increase my special attack, and I'm going to able to get off one hit here, and this is going to be good, but I'm predicting he's going to slack off here, because, oh god, for some reason, he's going to do that because he's relatively good, but then I find out that he thinks slack off is a move that does damage, and this was my reaction.
What? What? What the fuck, Stevo? What the fuck? Don't go telling me that slack off is a damaging move. What the fuck? You fucking retard. You see, it pisses me off because you weren't intending to heal. You were intending to take out my sub. That's why it pisses me off.
So yeah, Stevo is completely retarded and thought that Slackoff did damage, and he wanted to take out my sub instead of predicting, you know, instead of using Slackoff to just gain him some HP while the Sandstorm kills me, so that was kind of stupid. In any case, I'm going to go to Frostlass, who apparently, according to Stevo, is Frost Dark type, but whatever. I'm going to taunt him so he can't set up any stupid stuff, and he's going to hit me with something I believe I can't quite remember, because I don't remember stuff. Maybe just Stealth Rock hit me. Don't think he hit me with anything, and I stop him in his tracks with the taunt. So, he goes to Machamp, which is another hoary guy, and I'm just like, Jesus, Stevo, this is a roulette. How did you get a complete team of OUs? And he was like, I know. I was like, whatever, dude, this is just silly. So I think I'm gonna go for a. I'm either gonna go for a second layer of spikes, or I'm gonna go for a ice beam. Not quite sure what I want to do just yet, but I'm afraid of the Stone Edge. Basically because Machamp has Stone Edge and stuff. I'm gonna go to Nbz for some reason. He has payback, so that probably was the best thing I could have done. In any case, so that's gonna help me a lot. But Nbz isn't going to be able to live too much else, really, because he's not in a sandstorm. What the hell? He is in a sandstorm! Jesus Christ, I forgot he had Hippowdon. But he's going to have Dynamic Punch. I'm going to get confused, and I'm going to Encore him into it. So, now that I've Encored him into it, I can safely switch into Frostlass, which will be able to dodge the Dynamic Punch. Unfortunately, I think Nbz will not be able to live another Stealth Rock switch in, and he lives at 69. Lol, that's so funny, because it's so funny, isn't it, guys? Because that's just, you know, immature humor. Anyway, I'm just going to leave him to die, which is a shame. I'm really disappointed that he didn't do anything this match. Being a roulette and all, I never really get him in roulette, but in comes Frosty, because I'm going to be able to set up some free spikes, because he is locked into Dynamic Punch from the Encore. And I think I do go for the free spikes, that, or I go for a Shadow Ball. But the spikes would have been better in this case because he brings in Snorlax. I actually go for an Ice Beam, which isn't great either because Snorlax is thick fat and thus resists it. And there we have another poke that is just ridiculous to get in a roulette, Snorlax. I'm going to taunt it so he can't rest or anything, but he's just going to predict that and go for a crunch, which I'm not really too bothered about. Frostlass did a nice job of setting up some spikes and stuff, so it's kind of, you know, outstayed its live, outlived its stay, however you want to say it. But I'm going to go to my Samus Metroid Feraligatr, who has a fusion suit and has Sword Stance. So, now that he is taunted, I know that he can't rest on me or do any stupid gayness to me, so I'm going to go for a Sword Dance here, and he comes into Hippowdon. I'm thinking that potentially if I get a second Sword Dance up, I may be able to sweep. I don't have Life Orb, so that's going to help me survive with the leftovers, but I'm going to be hindered by the fact that I don't have Life Orb because I won't be able to score crucial KOs on specific things. I don't see that he has Toxic, so that was kind of frustrating there that he actually carries Toxic, and that is going to be very detrimental to my sweeping ability. It's going to take me down every turn and such like, so I'm kind of thinking here, what am I going to be able to do? Hopefully I'll be able to sweep a few of his guys. I do have Priority Aqua Jet. I don't have Waterfall, however, on this guy, so I'm praying that Priority Aqua Jet is going to take out this Hippowdon with +2, and it doesn't. I'm like, no! That's really just bulky piece of shit a pad on which has mammoth defenses, and doesn't do too much to me with Earthquake, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to sweep much, seeing as Toxic's going to take me out within the next couple of turns, as well as Sandstorm is negating my leftovers, which is never a good sign. So I'm going to go for the Ice Punch here. Pretty sure it'll take it out after +4. You know, it should do. It's powerful enough that it should. I do have the priority Aquajet still, so I know I can land a hit on something that comes in. I think he might go to Gyarados, because that's probably the one thing that is going to intimidate me, obviously, and is going to do a lot of damage. But he goes to Infernape. Not sure why. I think maybe he has... Okay, no, the spikes kill him, so not sure what was up with that switch. But Gyarados is going to take Stealth Rock damage. I'm still at +3. What? Did he take Stealth Rock? Oh no, there's no Stealth Rock, it's just spikes. Jeez, man, get with the program. His Stone Edge is going to miss, which is lovely for me. Absolutely beautiful, because I get to go for an Ice Punch and not an Aqua Jet. And that was awesome, because I think I went for the Ice Punch believing that I would outspeed Gyarados, but apparently I didn't outspeed his. I get some fortunate hacks and Stone Edge missing and get to take him out, but Toxic on him would have worn him out anyway. And for the 3rd time in the match, I have to ruin my life by throwing my camera around the room. I just don't understand what was in my brain this time. It was just, you know, something was going on in there. I don't know, I had to, you know, have a talk to the little people living inside, and they didn't really want to talk to me. So, gonna go for a Toxic, I believe, on the Snorlax. It's, I think the Wish comes first. It does, because I want to live something, but he just plain out self-destruct, so I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I believe that's the game there. So thank you all you guys for watching. I will see you in the next PokeMoshPit battle. I hope you enjoyed. Check out my channel, link in the description. I will see all you guys later. Goodbye.